Hey Jazz, how are you going, bud? Solly Molly in the house. Hello, hello. Alrighty, ladies, let's get rolling. Let us get the rolling. What's happening? What is happening? I've got a game for you already, ladies. But I feel like I want to wait a little bit before we kick off so that we gather some crowd. I might play a game actually while waiting for the crew to gather and assemble. I was on a tilt. What happened, Jazz? What happened, buddy? Was there anything there that you wanted me to check out? Oh, I played this guy the other day. What's your current rating in Rapid, Jazz? $19.20. That's all right. You do come across. Ooh, Bishop E7. Hello. Okay, that's very strange move. Bishop E7. What was your highest ever? Or are you? I'm guessing you're aiming to 20 handle, right? So if they play Bishop F8, I don't understand life. Like, why would you go Bishop E7, Bishop F8 when you could have gone G6, Bishop G7 in one go? 2090 is your highest. Oh, Rengao in the house. Why are you not online on Discord, baby? Why are you not online on Discord, baby? I don't even know if I want to play Knight C4 95. Do we want to allow that? Wait a second, Knight C4 loses the pawn. I'm not very smart. If they play G6, I will cry. Here we go. All right. Oh, yeah, invisible. Solly Molly, very good question, and there is a very good answer to that. Yes. So if you want to play the knight e2 setup, it's better to play knight e2 before you play e4, because e4 can be met with bishop g4. And then they trade the bishop for the knight, which, given that they are struggling for space, in general in the Bannon is an issue. So imagine if black had the exact same position as this, without this and this, which is what that trade would have allowed, black would be far better off compared to the game. I'm thinking dropping back and playing f4. That's the reason. Very good question there, Solimoli. And also thanks for the follow, dude. I'm sorry I didn't read your name. But yeah, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Let's burn those bridges. So you will find that the vast majority of Benoni players who play that line of the Benoni, they do play knight d2 before they play e4 bishop e2 for that reason. Okay, so if I hadn't played bishop f3 but bishop d, maybe then I would have this e5 take, and then bishop f4 win in the end, although the check is still on. Now, an interesting question is whether I should allow b5 or not, because after take, knight a5, knight c6 is incoming. And we also have the stock standard idea of take, and then e5, but I'm a bit reluctant to engage with that. Franco-Sicilian. Right. What the hell is the Franco-Sicilian again? Remind me. Yeah, I don't know if I played this as well as I could have, should have. Dwarf Huggers! Yeah, you are the one. Yeah. Are you new to my YouTube or a frequent flyer? a5, b5 take, knight take. Then knight b6 takes is interesting, and also knight a5 is interesting. I'm not super excited about that, but I don't see anything better. First time seeing my channel or first time seeing that particular video? Because if you are a first timer to the channel, my friend, you have a lot to catch up on. You have a lot to catch up on. Alright, so at this point I wanted to consider the idea of h3, but maybe it's unnecessary because knight g4, take, knight c6 is still good. So maybe just a developing move to connect the big boys and then off we go. Then again, bishop d2 may be worse than bishop on c1 because the knight c4, if I want to go in, take, and the knight c4 hits this hits everything. So let's say take. I'm attracted to that idea. Yeah, somehow it feels right. Let's go. First time seeing the channel. Oh my god, man. Welcome. Finally, you are in the right place for chess YouTubing. May I very politely inquire what other YouTube channels, chess channels, do you watch on a regular basis? But before you answer that question, I want you to tell me how old you are. I don't understand this move. Isn't it just hanging this? And if takes, then e5 wins the piece. Hello? Ah, queen c8. Yeah, but then I can take b6 and f6. Yeah, I don't understand this. I think this was a blunder. A blunder! And I could have also played 95, by the way. And then after queen takes e5 again, wins a piece. Yeah, very strange story there. Oh my god. Rengao, are you insulting me on purpose now? A lot of Gotham, a lot of Igor Smirnov, oh my god. And yeah. Isn't that the dude who does nothing but clickbait content? Like, win games in 7 moves with this absolutely insane gambit. Like, isn't that... Or am I wrong? So knight b5 takes queen d6 e5 bishop queen d4 check. Shivers. That's so close yet so far. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I'm disgusted by that. Sorry. I could play knight d5, but funnily enough, I don't know if that's the best course of action for me. It would force them to take with one or the other, and then secure a protected passer on c6, but it would take a while to convert after. I might go for it. I might go for it. I really regret that knight b5, queen c6, knight d6, queen d6, e5 doesn't work due to queen d4 check. It makes me want to play king h1. But then he's gonna bugger off either this way or maybe coming down here. Either or is reasonably decent. Maybe rook e1 with the idea of e5. Yeah, I like that. Let's go. Let's go. And some smaller channels. I noticed YJR. Yeah, what I don't understand is that the guy has got like 7 billion subscribers. And for the genre, or I don't know, the content that he puts out is... Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, after having done almost 700 videos myself in a what I would describe a proper fashion, I can't get myself to start writing clickbaity crap, even though it's probably for the better if I did. Yeah, the Lico course is exciting indeed, but I think it's a little bit heavy. I think it's a little bit heavy. Have you come across dwarf huggers with... have you come across any of my chessable content, by the way, out of curiosity as well? The Hollas MacDonald Gambit. Jesus wept. By the way, Hollas is a Hungarian international master, Tamás Hollas. Okay, e5 takes knight b5 is my primary idea here. And since we love to leave by the rule of play first, think later, let's freaking go. Actually, yeah, let's go. Fair enough. Fair enough. What's your rating, Dwarf Huggers, in... Have you got an over-the-board rating? Yeah, that's right, of course. If he plays a move to prevent e5, the first thing I'm gonna do is to play e5, right? The real Bruce Lee to us. Lee Tuss. Wait, what? The real Bruce Lee and then TUS. I see. Okay, well, I'm glad you found my YouTube channel because... Yeah. Parakovsky! Stream is, you know, I do like streaming a lot, but I am a little bit more proud of my... of my YouTube content. Will I watch the candidates? I have been still tossing up whether I should do recaps or not. I really want to, right? So I want to make recaps. The only problem is that halfway through the tournament, I'm going to travel to Europe. And 1539 on .com, is that a rapid rating though, or something else? So rook e5, maybe queen f8 to keep an eye on this guy. Pawn c7, maybe? I don't know, man, it seems so winning. Let's take first, think later. Oh, the real Bruce Lee Das. It says that he just recently found me too, or she. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Which broadcast are you talking about? Ben Johnson or the Lona one? I have been on pretty much every single one of them. So if I go c7, maybe they drop the horse back here. Bishop e3 is an idea. Wait, Bishop e3 is a brilliant idea. Why am I so good at this game again? Remind me? Hello? Jeez, I'm killing it. The chess experience, that's Lona, yeah. Right. Would I take a trade-off of looking like an actual beast with 1,000 eyes? Hello, Ayush, by the way. In exchange for reaching some crazy high rating. I don't know. Dwarf Huggers just subscribed. Thank you, man. Wait, I don't understand how these subs work. I don't know why the notifications don't play, so I'm confused. It's 5:04. Whoa. Okay, the missus is telling me that I need to be on the look. What? Hello, you just blundered your queen? The misso is telling me that I need to be on the lookout for a post delivery. Yeah. You will find that most people struggle a lot with passive chess and passivity and passive mindset. Isn't bishop takes c5 resignation? Am I missing some tactico? Hello? Let's do that. Let's do that. Jeff! Hey, man. We are doing splendido. What about yourself? We're just winning a queen right now and the house. Tuck. Horsey will take back. c7, knight c8. No, queen c6 looks good enough. Ooh, I have a dirty here, guys. Queen d3 is a beautiful double attack. Hits the rook and queen d8 check is gonna be winning a horse. I have to say, I'm pretty good at this game. Hello, Nova Chess Guy. One of my legendary students who just bumped their rating ups by a couple of 1,000 points. Please, guys, send a massive hi to Mr. Nova Chess Guy. Check, my friend. Check. I'm going for the house, ladies. Horsey dropping, rookie dropping. Oh, my God. Woo! Look at that. 98, queen 8, king g7, queen e5, queen b2. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.
Oh, that's outrageous. The guy is so talented. It's beyond a joke. That is eye candy of note.
I have got to see ya too.
See ya. Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, here, and we would have mowed down the rook as well. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, for today we are going to engage in an analytical fashion, aka analysis, a couple of games from this book. Yeah, he played it pretty poor. Actually, guys, let's have a look at this game review. Very quickly, I'm curious how we did. Just a brief feedback. Woo, 93.7. That's not pretty. I thought it was gonna be better. What's the book again? Willem, I have reviewed it on my YouTube channel, so it's nothing new to you. So far, so good. 98 for exclam. Yeah, very good. Ooh, F4 was poop. Oh, piss off. So what, are you telling me that I thought that I was fine here. Yeah, buddy, you never stop looking for your opponent's purpose of moves or... Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, .com is being a douchebag as usual and not giving me any lines, so I'm going to... Yeah, I thought so, but I'm not seeing the... I'm not seeing the piece sack. Like, where? How? I could go here, and usually now is the time to move this horse so that you can give the check. Jeff Drinks, what am I... Oh, wow. Holy moly, guys. Welcome to Benoni Lovers. Apparently, B5 is a kick in the face here, which is absolutely outrageous. But knight h5 is the main idea. And I did consider it just then with check and then mate, but I thought that rook f2 was gonna be a-okay. But I guess I'm wrong, because now comes queen h4, knight g3, and all of a sudden we get beaten. Yo, Korchnoi Kasparov, also on my YouTube channel, by the way. If you haven't seen my video about the Korchnoi Kasparov and that Benoni game on my YouTube channel, you don't count as a human. Just FYI. Rangao, can you do me a tremendous favor and look up that video so that we can link it? Please. Okay, so f4 was poop. Knight d7 was poop. Ooh, knight c4 was bad too. Okay. I mean, I would have never played bishop d2 even if there was a gun to my head. Bishop f3 looks alright, which is the engine's second favorite. And here knight b6 is standard, yeah. I mean, typically against knight b6 you jump back to a3, right? And then you play a5 and you go back, so it was a bit weird. Okay, now we are back on track, and that explains why I got a fairly poor score. Yeah, I called queen c7 a blunder. The engine is a little bit kinder than me. Rook e1 was best. Not quite. Bishop e3 was better. e5, good, good, good. Yeah, the rest was carnage. Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad, ladies. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. I have got a game prepared for all of us, ladies. So let's have a look at our greatest friend. The freedom fighter against chess cheating. The one and only. Look, I don't want to sound obnoxious, but I thought that I played here a pretty clean game. So I expected something around 95. That's not the title, Rengao. It's actually an inside my head. I played a game in a spirit, or I played a Benoni game, and I showed the Kasparov game as part of the video, but it's not in the title. Look for Inside My Head Benoni. Yeah, so Kramnik in the white trunks and our good friend Anish Giri. Yeah, that's gonna be it. If you can put the link in, that would be great. Anish in the black trunks, and this is going to be an absolute shocker of a miniature. E3, shame on you, Kramnik. Get out of this house. Bishop d3, lame opening. Absolute shameless. Wait, did I miss a question by Knife Party? What? Wait, what? I didn't even realize there was a dude in the house called Knife Party. What is going on here? And also dwarf, I don't consider rating, percentage relevant to the rating. I just, like, I don't think it works like if you are 2400, then this is a good percentage. If you are this, that. It's just simply, I had an image in my head about how that game went, and I didn't think I made any major mistakes. I didn't think I blundered. I thought I may have played 1 or 2 inaccuracies, so I thought that based on that I would be around 95. But it turned out that I played a fair few meh moves. Thank you, Renga, for linking it. Alright, so Giri committed to c4, which is very, very risque. b5. And ladies and gentlemen... Oh, I didn't see that question at all. How to read chess books, preferably in a language that you are fluent in. That would be my first point. Yeah, exactly. A lot of components play into accuracy, which is why poor Kramnik doesn't realize that 98% of the time he's talking through his ass. It's because if you are playing 1000 rating below your level, almost certainly you are going to score 95 plus because your opponent is playing nonsense and you are just walking over them. So it's very important to have a fairly good idea in your head about what that game really represented and how it went before you look into the actual numbers with the engine. Yeah, how to read chess books is a very complicated meta. First of all, you need to find one that is suitable for your level. Second of all, one that is suitable for your taste. Third of all, suitable for what you want to learn. So there's a lot of things there. Now, ladies, let's get rolling, because we are not here to duck spiders. Why to move? What will we do? Why would we do it? Let's begin our learning today. Candidate moves, please. Let's go. And then we are going to separate the wheat from the chaff. Harry Taylor wants a4. Harry, I would like to invite you to find out what's wrong with it right away. I'm glad, by the way, that you mentioned a4 because it's a very logical move to play. But it bleeds out on some very, very serious issue. We have got b3 as the second candidato. What would make us like b3 a lot more than a4? Let's go. Oh, YouTube chat is integrated, yes. Although I am going to open up YouTube now because I don't want to ignore you ladies. I apologize. So I'm gonna watch the YouTube a little bit as well. Not a lot, here and there. How to read a book? Oh, that's the big question why I missed. Right, okay, because I was looking through the Twitch chat, not of the on-screen chat. Yeah, even my mom forgets me sometimes. Knife Party, I would be very curious to hear what books have you attempted to read and not finished. That's right, Solly Molly, very good. So a4 is strongly met by b4, which is exactly what we do not want, because what we want is immense tension and a lot of opportunities to trade and bite into these pawns. So a4 is counterproductive 100%. Because of that. Therefore, b3 is a no-brainer. Because now black cannot avoid the tension and the potential trades. Bishop b7. And now to completely contradict myself, Kramnik played a very unexpected move. I wonder what you guys would do what you guys would do here. I must say that Kramnik's move I don't think would occur to me here, sadly. Or it would take a fair while. To be perfectly fair, the engine doesn't like Kramnik's move. Imagine the time when Kramnik would start complaining about the engine cheating. I think that's coming soon too. So a4 seems to me to make the most sense, right? And probably that's the move I would play too. But after a4, a6, it's not entirely clear to me what we have accomplished. Alright? Because if I start trading like a madman and take, then all we managed to do was to completely mow down the queen side, but the grip is still on. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, BC would be unexpected, I agree with that, but it would also be rather bad, I reckon. So Kramnik here uncorked the surprising knight c3. Which looks really, really bad, because it lures black into this, which doesn't seem to be disadvantageous at all. And in fact, it is not according to the engine. Slipper Dub in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in, young lady. Always a joy. Always a joy. So now, obviously, the agenda, aka agenda, is to break the pawns with a3. And also the knight is eyeing with c5. But I reckon the greatest benefit of luring these pawns forward was that now bishop b5 check in combination with knight e5 is a potential threat. I don't know how serious it is though. Let's see. Knight e5 played. Wait a second. What was black's last? Oh yeah, c3, knight e5. Yep, makes perfect sense. Bishop d6. Very logical. a3, a5. All right, your turn, ladies. What do we do? What do we do and why do we do exactly that? Ahmed Kamal, not at the moment. Next time I recommend you, by the way, that if you send an email, you put 1 or 2 words in the subject of the email and you put the rest of what you want to say in the email instead of writing only in the subject. But at the moment, fully booked. Shirogorov Quantum. I love you, Rengao. I love you. I tell you what, and funnily enough, I didn't realize it, and I still don't know how it works. But basically, due to some incredibly clever engineering, software engineering that is, Streamlabs assembles the chat from YouTube and Twitch onto the screen that I'm playing on the stream. So what is running right above my head as chat is an amalgamation of the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. But on the side, that's only the YouTube chat. So that's how I can occasionally catch the YouTube chat without actually switching my screen to YouTube. Xenom on YouTube says that White's position is horrible. And then Xenom also says that we should go bishop b5 check. Yeah, I totally agree. We go check. What is the move that we are expecting as a response? Oh, whatever. You get my gist. What is the expected move, ladies? Which knight? Knight bd7. Right, this is the move we are expecting. And this is a bad one. Anish played in the game King f8. Knight bd7 is a mistake. As is knight fd7. Essentially it's the same. Know that you are not kicking the knight because the knight is pinned. But yeah, it's a very long and difficult variation. I don't know how fair it is even to ask to find it, guys, but I want you to give it a crack, because if you manage to figure this out, you will be very proud of yourself. Don't look for forced wins. No, I don't think knight c6 does anything. Queen c7, right? You don't owe me any apologies, fine, Brian, but let's be honest with ourselves. That was way beyond... Yeah. That was not a chess problem. That was a royal waste of time, yeah? Noah Viking in the house! I think Queen f3 would be well met by castling. Alright, now we are on to something, Winston. So knight d7, knight d7, bishop d7 would have to be met by king takes. But I don't think it's necessarily that bad. Also note that queen takes, knight b6 may be a blunder on account of bishop h2 check, because remember that the opponent is allowed to use tactics as well, right? Wow, that's pretty dirty. I actually didn't realize it until I put it on the board. Oops. That's a big whoopsie daisy. I'll show you guys the idea because it's actually quite... Yeah, it is quite juicy. It's quite something. So according to the engine, the best way to treat the position with white is to take and then play knight c5. And apparently, grabbing this bishop... Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. And apparently here after dc, queen c7, ab, rook takes, and queen d4. This is the move that needed to be seen, ladies. If you don't see this, the whole line is worth absolutely bugger all. Like nothing. But if you do see it this far, then we have a very clear vision of us mopping up all the pawns. James. No, is the short answer to your proposition. So after take, knight b6, bishop h, king h1, of course I'm going to go d8, not c7. Because the idea is to hit the knight and to come out here, right? Once again, we are allowed to look for tactics for our opponent's side as well. So yeah, this knight c5 idea is breathtaking. And so, Anish decided to play king f8. Any candidates for white? Yeah, let me if you have got any good moves. No, nobody. Nobody is nerfed. Queen d2, that's a subtle idea. Yep, definitely great. Knight c5 is played. Very well done, Scrumptious. Oh, you meant queen e2. I thought that you were being silly on purpose. Queen e2 is not bad. Queen e2 is not bad, but I like knight c5 more because it's more aggro. I like it because it's more aggro. Anish went queen b6. Now this is a funky decision that Kramnik had to make here. Because obviously he had to see queen b6, and now it seems that these are hanging both. So the only way to rectify that is to take b7. Which a lot of people would absolutely brush off as a possibility because, ooh, that's a bad bishop. But there's a little bit more to it than what meets the eye, because after tak. How do we defend this bad boy now? No, definitely not a4, because we still like the tension. We definitely don't want bishop a4, because we have got this chess concept engraved in our brain from chess coach that we need to develop our pieces. And just because one of our bad boys are hanging, it shouldn't stop us from developing the rest of the crew. Oi, Fed Belly, how are ya? Queen e2. Yeah? If you play anything else, I'm gonna yell at you. Actually, bishop d3 is not necessarily bad either, per Nova Chess Guide, but queen out to either square makes more sense to me because it hinders their development. Remember, these bozos wanna play knight d7, and now bishop c6 makes it impossible. So queen e2 is a really, really dirty move because it improves our position, but at the same time, it delays their development. You're going to the candidates? I freaking hate you. Get out of my chat. You're not a human anymore. On your bike.
On your bike. On your bike.
On your bike, Fat Billy. Get out of here. We don't like you anymore. Don't you dare to go there without me. Alright, g6. And obviously g6 was played with the intention of king g7. Having said that, this was a very naive move. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to name your next candidate. And it cannot be Pragnananda. It has to be a move candidate. Holy shit, I can't even finish the sentence. And Mr. Tactics Swindle X is already jumping on my face. Hands up if you think you would have found. Type a number 1 in the chat if you think you would have considered e4. And type a double 1 in the chat if you would have also played it. And no, I haven't made candidates predictions yet. Part of the reason for that is because every day I wake up, I have a different idea. No. Harry Taylor, no point for considering e4 ages ago because it needs to be at the right time in the right position. If that's right now, then you get the score. Well, preparing e4 is completely foolish here because A, we can't, and B, there is no point because half of the point of playing e4 is to get the check before the king can go to g7, right? So you either play e4 or you just go like, yeah, whatever, I failed. So there is no middle way, like hardly ever in chess. And of course, e4 was played, like... Kramnik would not miss a chance like this. Absolutely no way. And frankly, in my book, this is probably so far one of the easiest moves in the game that he has played. Jim Dave, how are you going, bud? Welcome in. Yeah, a4 is a very sad move here. Very irrelevant too, because what's the purpose? Right, like you're completely missing the target here. So, if I needed to verbalize what's going on the board right now is that the black king has become quite vulnerable on the dark squares. Yeah, development is incomplete. And black can't develop even after next move because knight d7 is coming. So, this looks like an ultimate time to strike because the black army is disjointed. And so, e4. and we go after the king. I know, I'm reasonably good at this thing. Somewhat. Now, after king g7, there is a marvelous follow-up. And actually a lot of people probably who saw e4, but still is an advocate and keen member of the Chicken Chess Club, would say that, oh, I didn't play e4 because after king g7 I had nothing. Which is a lot of bollocks, because every single move that white has here is very good. Why did Giri play g6? Because he wanted to get the king out of harm's way. And king g8, h6, king h, h7 felt like an eternity. What he should have played here was h5. And then g6. So, e4. And your test question, ladies and gentlemen, is what do we do after king g7? Now it is time to impress yourself. Queen e3. I don't think, kind sir, that would fit into my idea of what aggression should look like in chess. Carlos, I didn't realize that you were in the house. Now, I like three-level chess idea. Bishop h6 check. That looks like we are playing chess. And Carlos's knight takes f7 idea also looks like we are playing chess. Now, unfortunately, bishop h6 doesn't quite cut it, because after takes we don't have knight f7 because it's covered. Yeah, queen e3 is no bueno. Thanks this for starters, right? So let's not go there. And the correct move is, as per my good friend from Greece, Carlos, knight takes f7. Which, once again, I hate to be obnoxious, but is super natural and logical, given that we just played e4, and now it's good to go to e5. Isn't bishop h2 hanging? Yeah, it's super basic. Like, tactics don't come easier than this, right? That you take and then you fork. I think Rengao, they are both pretty good. And I can say both of them with perfect fluency. Carlos Tegagatos and Mustafa Badir. Yeah, but the point here is not material, and you know that, Fat. Right? The point is absolutely not about winning material. The point is to open up the position for the bishops. And now, it's my call again, and I'm gonna go after you with e5 and then f4, kill, kill, kill. Whoa, that sounds like a raid. Vindictive! Haha! Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the raid, brother. How are you going? And why can't I shout you out? Can someone send a shout out to Vindictive, please? Welcome, Raiders. Yeah, 94 traps the knight, so this is over. Whereas, if you go back... yeah, maybe bishop h6 followed by queen check, and I think it's gonna be made very soon. Oh, do not go there, 6 foot. Do not go there. Okay. So, knight f7 wins. Therefore, in the game, our good friend Anish decided to, well, at least get some value for his misery, and took the pawn. Now, check is without a question the best move, right? But what will we do if the king lands on e7? What are we doing after checking e7? F3 again. Okay, and if the knight drops back? Yeah, let's go into a line. Yeah, I do like bishop g5 a fair bit. So, what's played? Now, what if king g8? Do we have a forced win here? Oh, we have a very sexy move here. Tactics win the legs and Fat Belly will say it exactly at the same time. Mark my words. Fat Belly, I called it. I told you that Fat Belly is gonna say it, and he did. Actually, I'm not quite sure at first sight what's wrong with. Oh, I can just take e5. I can just take e5, yeah. Now the call is knight g4, ladies, with the idea of queen e4, knight f6 mate. Yeah, that's not a very difficult mate pattern. Monster Meat Marcus. That's an interesting name there, buddy. But I'm happy for you. Knight g4. Knight g4, ladies. Now that is bringing on some sexy. That is bringing on some sexy. And if bishop e7, AB, AB. I don't know if AB, AB is necessary. I guess just f3, right? And that is getting very, very dicey. Look at that. Oh, this is bloody mint. What happens after queen b5? Oh man, this is a Zugi and a half. Holy shimazoli. Check this out. I tell you what queen f6 threatens. Try to play a move with black. That's what it threatens. It says, your turn, baby. Your turn, bye-bye. Rook a7. You sure? Is that your last word, senor? On guard. Defend yourself if you can. Yeah, this is... Oh, man. This is brutal. Bloody hell. That is so delicious. That is so delicious. This was worth waking up for. Knight a6. I don't know. Come back, take this, mate. Oh man, this is next level. Stavanger 2017. That's how the game went, by the way. Knight h6 gets captured and then mate on f7, yeah? This is not the game. I'm just showing you some goodies so that you can give me some money. Oh, Tikari in the house too. Hey, huge shout out to Tikari for scoring his first FIDE rating. 18, what is it, Tikari? 1830 what? $1865. Akadak. Jeez, Louise, man. Stop being awesome. Hurts. Alright, this is how the game went. F3 and Anish went knight d2. I need a chess move for white to finish business. Yeah, that was prime alpha 0, I agree. Or Leela, yeah. Yeah, everyone please send a royal shout out to Tikari for scoring an absolutely epic first FIDE rating. What a beast. Rookie 1. Rook Fe1, very good. Someone else can type in the threat. Because we didn't move the rook to e1 to avoid the rook being captured. That's for sissies, right? We play chess because we want to attack. So what is the point of rook e1? Knight takes f7, thank you very much. And then Matutsky. Matutsky on e6, ladies. That's the way we roll. King d8. Poor Anish. Holy cow. He really got his backside ended to him by good old Vlad. I mean, you got the poor bugger went king f8 to e7 to d8. Alright, after the very sadistic next move, Anish resigned. And I wager it's not an easy one to find. In fact, I'm very curious how many of you will find it. No, he isn't. About 95% of people who he is accusing are not cheating, so to say that he's right is, yeah. Is, yeah, very wrong. Any serious tips on letting a coworker know I'm interested in them? We already chat quite a bit, and I also have a one-on-one now every other week. Hang on. My definition of a one-on-one means that they know that you are interested in them. Maybe I misunderstood the one-on-one. Let me finish the rest. Sorry guys, you need to hold because relationship advice is top priority on the channel. Problem is, I'm a bit of a senior position to her and shouldn't probably ask her out directly. Well, then ask her out indirectly. Look, as long as you don't tell her that you play chess, I think you are totally safe, right? I think that's safe. If you also avoid the topic of the London, don't dip your pen in the company ink. Ah, come on, guys. You gotta leave on the edge. Okay, how hot is she per third? Like, give me a 0 to 10. I need to get to the bottom of this. But yeah, if I were you, I would somehow organize a catch-up outside of work so that it's really professional. But first I want to know from a 0 to 10. Bishop g7, bishop f6 is forcing the king where it wants to go. Oh, actually, not quite through because f7 is hanging, so I have to go this way. I'm thinking about her incessantly for last 2 weeks, if that helps. Dude, you are in love. I don't deal in that trade. Relationship advice is very different from love. That's a different chat, different stream. Joel Kato in the house. How old are you, perturbed? Bishop a6? Isn't that hanging? Hello? Yeah, my best piece of advice on a serious note would be to try to avoid doing it during work hours. Bishop d7 is a very interesting idea. I love it. That is the type of chess I love hearing and seeing from students. And I'm going to grant you a hero status. That being second best move. I recommended your opening strategy basics course to 1200 player. Did I get a target rating right? Funnily enough, the answer is a complicated yes and no, because usually people get to 1200 and they still regularly muck up super basic chess opening principles. So it's a hit and miss. I got a review from an 1800 guy saying that they didn't know half the stuff that was in there. And I literally wrote that for 0 to 500. Fide OTB. Or rather chess.com. Who said bishop f4? Thimble! Hey! Holy cow, guys. Check this out. The subtlety. That is the real Kramnikian move. Back then he used to be subtle. Now he goes like, this is interesting. The Winil or Winil or I don't know what double NL method means. So first of all, let's get to the bottom of this super quiet aggression. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? He wanted to take on d2 and he dropped the piece out of his hand accidentally, right? Yeah, knight f7. Knight f7 is filth. Absolute filth. It's extremely rare, by the way, that you set up for a basic tactic like this. This is what, generally speaking, in chess we call a stupid cheapo. But because of the appalling coordination of the black pieces, it becomes an almost unstoppable threat. Yeah, CPR courses are definitely above 1200. Alright, let's give someone an opportunity. Actually, that doesn't stop the threat. Oh, wait, my delivery has arrived. Be right back. Coming. Oh, guys, you got to love this. When the postie brings you a package, knocks on my door, I open the door, and he goes, name? And I'm like, so what if I don't pass this test? Are you not gonna give me the parcel, or what's the go? So I told him Casanova. He looks at me and he goes like, surname? And I'm like, the Giacomo. And he goes like, I tried Johnny Sins. But then I went too far, so in the end I had to admit that was my real name. And then I was given the parcel. Alright, so back to business. Oh, by the way, I recommend Peter that approach to you too. If you have got problems with asking the lady out at work, just tell her that, look, it's kind of awkward to approach you now because my wife works here too. But maybe once we are outside of the building, we could, you know, have a smoke or have a cuppa, have a bit of a chat. Alright, so how do you beat me after King C7? Now that I got over the drama with the postie guy. How do we bring on the sexy this time around? He can take the knight. I very strongly beg to differ, young lady, because bishop takes e5 is what we call a suicide on the dark squares. It's a beautiful blend of positional and tactical concepts. When I have got 7 quadrazillion threats on the same color complex. Alright, So you go here. Rook f8 loses the rook immediately to the check. I go check. You go here. I go bishop c6. And you resign. So that's why bishop takes d6 is e5 is not playable. So let's go back to king c7. Beat me. Knight g6. Holy cow. You cheeky bugger. I would not play knight g6 here. I don't like it, but I think it wins. I would much rather take f7 than g6 here. By the way, did I get Casanova's surname right? Was he Giacomo? Or did I lie to the postie? I think Casanova was called Giacomo, right? Fuck. I would feel very bad about myself if I miss. Giacomo! Hello! Hello, Mr. Educated! Got that right, ladies! Got that right! Poor postie guy is still googling who the heck Casanova Giacomo was in his van now once he delivered my goods. Yeah, not quite the correct spelling, but yeah. I'm very disappointed, guys, that you don't appreciate that humor. Yeah, knight f7 is the way to go. The engine, by the way, loves AB. Because the engine is a bit of a dirt bag. And then take. Whoopsies, my bad. Take. Yeah, exactly. Kramnik is nobody's elder. Alright, but what now? What now, ladies? Yeah, the engine came up with bishop h6 and I'm like, yeah, nah, just take. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we concluded the slugfest, or the carnage city, that was known to the chess playing community as the Kramnik Giri Game. Thank you, Renga, for that. What would I do without you? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next game is going to be an absolute belter as well. Give me... Oh, sheesh, we have very little time. Ouch. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Let me find this game for us quick. And we might have to jump into that very, very rapido. Because life is difficult, apparently. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is that we're going to start it right from the diagram instead of going through the opening. Although I really wanted to see that. Because it's a Queen's Gambit declined and some of you do play that opening. Maybe in this YouTube video there is a PGN. Let's see. Fellow YouTubers, do you put PGNs? Yes, you do! Animals. I love you. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, here we go. Trust me when I tell you, this is Kramnik against Serper, Grigory Serper, who I believe is now residing in US. Oh, Brian wanted his game analyzed. Brian, I don't mind either, actually. I'm live on Kick. Let's just boost the Twitch for the time being if that's what you want to do. But if you want to do that, we better get rolling quick, buddy, because I'm on borrowed time as is, and I don't like to cut those anal ECs too short, because I would like to give you your money's worth. So, yeah, I would love to do that. Oh, here we go, baby. Alright. Kramnik will have to wait. It is basically a model game, so it shouldn't take long. Heads up, Brian, that I prefer to analyze people's own games for the sake of helping their growth. But if you want me to go through a classic, I can do that too. Oh, it's your game. You just humbly call your own games model games. Sweet. Sweet. Humility all the way, baby. You are my man. You my man. Alright. Give me the goods. Give me the goodies. And thank you for the $5, my friend. Thank you for the $5. That goes a very long way. You want me to find your game? Wow. Pays me 5 subs and now I'm his slave. Fair enough. I will find Brian. If .com contributes. Yeah, okay, on it. Do you want me to pick whatever I want or what's the plan? I like Rapido. Wow, 95-6 Rapido victory. Bloody heck. 4th game. Now that is a little bit less appealing in the beauty department. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be experiencing now the critical analysis of the game Ekapi aus India against our everlasting friend. Oh, this is not the game. Wait, what? That was the 4th from the top, bruv. My maths is impeccable, but apparently not good enough. Oh, we are going against Isabel Bot. Why are you playing against bots? Royal waste of time. Don't do that. Is it what you want? Is it what we want? Nod your head. Yes, he says. Alright, so we are playing against Isabel Bot, who is apparently from Costa Rica. Okay, we are chucking out the King's Indian like an absolute legend. Theory, don't play 98, please. Don't do this. Don't do this in my house. Play the 97 line. Please act like you are a proper fair dinkum chess player with serious cojones. Okay, this is unexcusable. For those of you who don't play the King's Indian, there's a fundamental difference between 98 and 97 lines. Both of them are perfectly fine, by the way. The 97 line is the more topical one. The idea, of course, with both moves is to facilitate f5, but they both have a different defensive purpose. 97 holds c5, right? So when we get to this, then c5 doesn't come. That's the purpose of 97. In contrast, 98 gives 0 toss about c5, which is why I don't like it. And instead, oh my dear Lord Jesus, and instead what it does is that it keeps the knight on e8 for a longer time in order to fend off the attack on these two squares. So what tends to happen typically is that white wants to do something like, and I'm going to model this by playing an atrocious move, to play knight b5 and then penetrate here, attack this as well, and attack this as well. Now the knight d7 variation addresses this problem by delaying c5. Alright, so I go knight d7, and when you play rook c1, technically you can, but I don't want to go into this. So usually you have to waste another move on playing for c5, and that allows me quite a bit of time to get to you on the king side. The knight d8 line allows c5 to happen immediately. But now black can instead say, screw it, I keep the knight here, and instead I do a rook lift. And now when this happens, knight c7 is not a threat. I can simply kick the knight, and carry on with my attack here, and then play knight f6 g4, and now the attack has a far greater oomph. The reason why I took this long on this because I saw what the engine played here, which was the absolutely obnoxious and ridiculously stupid h4, which makes the rest of the game largely theoretical because, or I don't know what to call it, because h4 is useless. It's tits on a bull. Knight d3, knight f6, good. Tuck tuck, c5, knight g6, perfect chess. Exactly the moves I would have played. Rook c1, rook f7, good. Basically what we want to do now is bishop here, rook across, and Matutsky on the h5 with the queen being introduced to that side of the board. Bishop f8, good. Queen b3, g4. Yep. Crystal clear logic. Absolutely love the way black is playing this. As soon as white is no longer dominating the g4 square, we break through. Bang. This is bloody perfect. And then g3 and white resigns. Yep. This is why you shouldn't be playing with bots, because no human would ever play garbage like this. Ever. But that's not to take credit away from our beloved friend Brian, who plays like a trooper. I love the fact that he's a true sadist and is not taking on f2. Loving it. You are an artist in sadism, my friend. Yeah, that's just beautiful, man. That is just beautiful. Please tell me that you played here bishop h3. Please, I beg you to tell me that you did. No, you didn't. You went check first. I'm disappointed. Why don't we go here, Brian, right away, bishop h3? No. It wouldn't have been beautiful. Hello? Like, this is ugly? Is that what you're telling me? What? Hey, Bruno, welcome in. Yeah, I don't understand why you are playing this check. Like, all the moves that we could do for mate work now. Like, let's go. You are a sadist. Yeah, I mean, look, it's nice too. You just elongated the game by a pair of moves unnecessarily. But yeah. That was a super sexy mate. For sure. Well done. But since I insist on being a bully, I'm going to now have a look at a loss. Just so that you get your money's worth. Whoa! Hello? Well, now I especially have to go through one more because you just threw in some extra cash in my face. And we greet Noah Chess Guy among the subscribers now. I would like to open this game, but .com is being an a-hole to me. Can you please send me the link for this game that you lost against Denis Lagasi? Oh no, we good. We good. We good. We good. We are really good. Dylan, I said that already a million times, that everyone should study Alekhine and, sorry, Morphy and Alekhine as your first two. You do anything else, you're doing it wrong. Morphy, Alekhine, and after that, you can open up to various others. Alright, we are black, let's have a look. Yeah, this is all good, all good, all good, all good. All good. All good. Bishop f4 looks very weird. Eshwa Dasi KCM. Thank you. Queen f3. Oh Lord Jesus. What is happening here? Wood JRX. I simply do not understand how people's brains work when they play moves like Queen f3. Like, instant knight d4. Hello? Oh, we didn't play knight d4. What? Young man, you owe me an explanation. Why are we not kicking this queen in the face? And the opponent too. What is happening? I find it's very, very strange, Brian, that we don't play here knight d4. Yeah, but you try to develop and castle is like you are not playing chess. You are playing a strategy game that features this concept called the fog of war, where you don't see your opponent's army and you don't see what they do. So you have to kind of prepare for all possibilities. This is chess, my friend. This is a game of almost complete information. In fact, we should call it complete information. Your opponent played a dirt move, walking headfirst into the tempo. Yeah, you're right, Viral Stigma. I wanted to point that out too, by the way, that playing in this position, knight f6, is a cheeky one, trying to provoke e5, d5. And black is clearly better, because if you take, that's like kilometers ahead for black. And if the bishop goes anywhere, then after knight d7, we have a vastly superior French. Yeah, that hurts me when you say that you haven't seen that before, because that's like a kindergarten motif in almost every opening you study. But the first time you come across that is this. And this is when you learn in chess lesson number 2 that just because a piece is under attack, it doesn't mean that you have to move it. Yeah, so that's a very, very basic motif there for us to remember. All right, so we missed knight d4, which was shocking. Hey, Jesus. h4, wow. Okay, knight d4, great. Queen d1. Yeah, brah, welcome in. Yeah, I don't like castles here. You should have played d5, man. You need to strike at the center. How can I learn an opening? I tell you how. By not learning one first, but first learning opening principles, like new course. And once you understand the basic concepts of openings, that's when we go into learning actual openings. $17.50? Hello? A bunch of trade-off pieces. It might, but why are you bringing that up as a negative? Like, if you are ahead in development and you trade off the developed pieces, that by definition will put you further ahead in development, right? Because then what we are going to be left with is all of your developed pieces versus this. Yeah, so the quality of the position has drastically increased as a result of the trades. Oh, that's awesome, Chessful. That's awesome. I would love to see it, but that will have to wait till tomorrow now. This position looks good for black. That's not what I call good. I call this winning. ECF. What is ECF? Wait, what? What is ECF? European Chess Federation. Yeah, so you needed to strike. I do group lessons under lots of rating levels. Yes, we did Dwarf Huggers. And openings matter on every level, but people misunderstand the difference between memorizing random opening lines that you will never ever play in your life versus understanding chess principles. I would take knight. Definitely, because this has threats. ED doesn't have a threat. Okay, we castled. 92. D5 now. Still good. Hello? Dude, free pawn match? What am I watching? What? Find Brian. Explain yourself, man. What is happening? I will show you very quickly one of the many winning lines that you missed here. So take, knight takes, queen takes. Bishop c5, queen d8, bishop takes f2 check. And you walked away with an extra pawn and the position is ready to be resigned. Viral stigma, I beg to differ 100%. That is storytelling at its finest. You take back with E here because their king is in the center. Like, how is that relevant? And yours isn't? I don't see how that's an argument here. Like, I play 92, I'm ready to castle next. This is not the time to tell stories, friend. This is time to calculate lines and evaluate them. No, you don't need to apologize. I just wanted to correct that. There is absolutely no need for any apologies here. Jeez. Brian, what am I watching, bruv? Was this a mouse slip? Hello? A5. When E4 is hanging for free. This had to be a mouse slip. I just shrunk like 10 centimeters. Nah, that had to be mouse slip. I'm not accepting that you chose this move to be played. Like, this is hanging for free. Game over. Yeah, that's right. If you neglect the center, you owe me an apology. That is correct. Oh, Jesus! Why? Why are you taking this, bro? Oh, no. E4 is hanging, dude. And this is a beast of a bishop. Like, dude, taking that. Hello? Taking that instead of that is literally the exact equivalent of you going like, Jessica Alba date? No, my mates told me that we can have lunch at Macca's. Like, you just traded a date with Jessica Alba for eating crappy Macca's burgers with your friends. That's literally the value loss here. Oh, God. Oh, man. Whew. B4. It's so bad I don't even want to click the button that makes the colors brighter, because I prefer this to be this dim. Like, this doesn't deserve a bright color. Oh God, B4. What on earth are we playing for, bruv? I don't understand why we are immune to taking a free pawn. Touché, by the way, lifetime. Touché. Yeah, but like, the idea here is that even if for some reason, which is absolutely inexplicable, that we don't see that this is hanging, you are naturally drawn to trying to play chess here. Yeah, within this box. It's extremely rare that in any given position you are trying to look to the things outside of the highlighted box. Center. Like B4, to what end? I started chess playing the hippo. Jesus, man. It's like saying that you started your dating life by going out with your brother. Maybe that was a bit rough of an analogy. Okay, so now we landed ourselves in some red hot mess. That's good. Welcome. Your opponent managed to outdo you in crazy. C4. Allowing you to crack open the worst bishop to become the best, while also blundering a pawn in the center. Where do I send the flowers? I would have taken e5 because we prefer central pawns versus garbage ones, and this also happens to be the right move. Okay, so why are we trying so hard now to open up this diagonal? Like, we literally played the only move here that allows your opponent to crack this open. It's quite insane to me, Brian, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, that when you are playing the King's Indian, you demonstrate a fairly healthy understanding of how tactics and attack works. And here you are playing as if you were playing to lose. Like, that's literally the only bishop move that I wouldn't have considered. Okay, now we are back to good. Your opponent's incompetence is absolutely devastating, by the way. Absolutely devastating. Freaking hell, this is like... I need to reopen the Charlie files and add this one to it. Like, be free. Lord Almighty, give me strength. Oh man, this is next level. King D2. Oh! Welcome to 12 hundo. Oh my word. Okay, that's pretty decent. Although I must say that probably the king is most exposed on this particular square. Wow, man. This is just wild. This is real wild. I'm loving it. King D2. Wouldn't have found that move in a million years. Not a chance. Now, my likely response, by the way, to turn it somewhat serious, would have been maybe Queen D5. And then pick off the pawn. But the check should be fine too. Queen G4, yep. We knew that that was coming. Yep, yep. Yep. So we don't have mate here, right? However hard I'm looking. Rook E2 check. King F3. What? Wait, what? Hang on a second, Chief. Where, don't we have mate here? Check, King E4, check, King F3, Queen D3. King F4, Rook E4, at least winning the Queen. Brian, if I press play and I find out that you retook on this pawn in less than 5 seconds, I'm going to, yeah, be very, very disappointed. So let's see, ladies. 156. 6 seconds. Well, that wasn't 5. So you very quickly calculated that Queen D2 check, 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 and check, and check. This was not good enough. And you concluded that, yeah, nah, pawn retakes is compulsory. Friend, what happened here? What am I observing? Like, you would have to bloody tie me to a chair to not play Queen D2 here. It gets worse, but dude, the point is not to prove how bad you can get. The point is to make you better. So whilst it might have a comical side effect, I would really like you to consider what I'm telling you. Like, why are we not starting with checks? Like, this king is so bloody exposed. You naturally look for mate. Yeah, whatever. I mean, check. It's just check. It's super easy calculation. Check he, check king f3, queen d3, and everything drops off. Game over. Oh. Oh, guys, this game is something else. King e4. Okay. You did not trade queens. Brian, go to the corner and stay there for 5 minutes right now. And face the wall. How could you trade queens? By the way, people in the chat who are my students, you do see now how this... No, it doesn't work because then bishop takes. This is like... I'm normally okay at endgames. Awesome. You know what you should be normally better at than endgames? Mate in 10. Dude, your opponent's king is walking in the middle of the board and you trade queens. That's for the second time you are ditching a Jessica Alba date. This time round to go alone to Macca's. Not even the friends are coming. And you go like, yeah, the burgers are great there. Who is Jessica Alba anyway? Come on, mate. Like, you, if you don't give mate here, you should feel like utterly disgusted by yourself. Queen a8 is not going to cut it because then queen d3, right? I still think that it's either going to be rook check or queen d2. And weave the mate net is what you want to do. That's definitely what I would consider first and foremost. Oh, bishop is hanging on f2. Yeah, correct. I can't go there. Sorry, my bad. So rook check. Yeah, rook check. Yeah, sorry, I got too excited. Obviously, this is no bueno because this hangs. Actually, you know what's funny? Even when I blunder, I don't blunder. That's how good I am. Because after queen d2, bishop f2, I have got f5 check. And it wins the queen. Gotcha! Gotcha, baby. Gotcha. Tuk. That's why you don't trade queens, baby. That's why you don't trade queens.
Madness. This is Sparta!
That's what happens, ladies. Bring on the queen d2. Anyway, okay, let me cry some serious tears. Queen e2 check. By the way, the ultimate amateur mistake. I see it every single time my students go to play chess in tournaments. Why did you trade queens? I wanted to simplify because I was short on time. Right, so what you're telling me is that we are losing on time and now we can't win on the board because that would take 60 moves and we don't have 60 moves in us because we have 30 seconds left. One of the most common misconception I see in chess all the time. Like, you have a chance to checkmate here and we simplify. Yeah, and then we hang a rook. That's a slight subtlety there that might not have been the best. But see, the funny thing is, fine, Brian, is that in your head this game was building up toward this tactic finish with rook b2, right? In my book, this is a far smaller mistake than queen e2 is. And, more importantly, a shed load easier to fix. For me to fix issues like this as a coach takes a lot longer than to fix issues like this. Because this is a tactical blunder that happens to all of us every now and then. But this is a conceptual issue which is rooted in you. You learned it and you rely on it. So rook b2 does not faze me at all. I mean, it sucks. There would have been better moves on the board for sure, but every now and then we all do that. By the way, this is not necessarily a super basic conversion either, despite its appearances. I don't know, I guess I would play here rook d2, king e3, and then rook here. No, it's a 10-0. Okay, I must add that this was a little bit above my acceptance level. When your opponent attacks a knight and you play like, oh, no whackers. In for a pound, in for a penny, in for a pound. Go for it, bruv. That was a bit gung-ho. Yeah, but still, if you are tilted, then resign the game, right? Like, why are you blundering the rest of your dudes? That's just, it makes it far worse for yourself. So if you are tilted, call it a day. Done. Like, there's absolutely no point setting your house on fire and then watch it burn. Yeah, like, there is no point in enhancing the self-damage. Thank you, Anon Gifter. You legend. Yeah, that was painful, friend. That was ouchy. That was ouchy time. Yeah, exactly. Like, it prolongs your tilt. Like, just go like, okay, screwed up, that was horrid, and leave it. And by the way, definitely best is to not to start a game instantly, after you just shat the bed like this. Like, you need to clean that bed out first before you go back into it. In fact, I always tell my students that I don't watch the YouTube chat, by the way. That 2 games is the maximum you should be playing, provided that you are playing with the intention of learning from your mistakes and not to just produce brain dead games back to back. 2 games is the max you should be playing without some kind of a reflection. Right? So have a review, have a look at it, play through the game with yourself, at least weed out the blunders with the engine, whatever. Do something reflective. Where did I stuff up the opening? What is it that I need to improve on? Yada, yada, yada. Like, playing 4 games, 5 games, 6 games back to back without any level of reflection, if you want to get better at chess, is a royal waste of time. And yes, I have spoken to Jess. She prefers a clean bed, new bed linen. Yeah. Necessary equipment already prepared on the bedside table. It's perfectly rating independent. You shouldn't, especially not at 1200. The lower you are, the more this rule applies, because the lower your rating is, the sillier the mistakes and the easier the fix. So actually it works exactly the other way around. The higher the rating, the more likely that while you are playing the game, you already have a fairly good sense of, I stuffed it up here or there, or I should have played blah. If you are 1200, you have absolutely no idea. You're making a mistake every second move, right? So the chances of you processing that while you are playing the game, nil. I don't know, Viral. I am not a big believer of that, because then I feel like that's way too much of an opportunity to go on a tilt fest, for one thing. Second, it's also quite likely that you are going to repeat mistakes and, you know, bad concepts on and on, which again is not exactly productive. So I'm a big believer of reflection. The only way how I would find it perceivable, if you have got a coach who is going to go through your games, and it's far more meaningful than you going through your games by yourself. And then it's fine to play a batch, leave it for the coach, go through, improve next week, or try to fix it, and just be in that cycle of play, reflect, play, reflect. Fuck, I'm so good at this. Alright, ladies, we need to call it a day. We need to call it a day. Thank you for the generous subscriptions from Find Brian and some others too, including Anon. I can't really tell you that OMG, but in general I would say the sooner the better. The most noticeable thing in my coaching is that 99.8% of my students come to me with terrible chess habits, which is a result of usually not having the proper education early on. So learning the game and picking up random bits and bobs from 10 different sources. And by the time I start working with them, they are rated 1000 with 1000 awful habits that then we need to unlearn and relearn again. So the sooner the better. Not at the moment, Winston, but if you are interested, chuck me an email. Yeah, that's not a bad move, bad book, by the way. Alright, let me see who we are rating today, ladies. Who should we raid? The Sharks or Bruno Brock's favorite Canty? Let me see who is on. Yeah, I am raiding your way because I need to go. Raid yourself and cut it. Now I have to go and pick up my daughter. Funnily enough, I do have these responsibilities called family. Alright, we're going to raid the sharks. We are going to raid the sharks. Have a good one, ladies. I will be back tomorrow. So we will continue from here. So make sure that you tune in. Love you all. Take care. Bye. Oh, no, I cocked it. No, we're good now. Oh, moves. What an unfortunate timing, buddy. Alright, take care, lovelies.